Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial. First, let's go to the Hamit web page. This is the app that can help you manage your group project. This is the login and register page. Since I have registered before, so I can directly log in and go to the main page. For this tutorial, let's try to register a random email and begin from the register. And this is a web page that can help you register some temporary email. And I registered 3 random emails named Bob, Samuel, and Tim respectively. Now let's try to use the first email to register an account in Hamit in an iPad. First, you have to type your email and then set the password you want to use. Click register. Now we are going to the welcome page. Here you can log out and send the verification email. Here, if you did not send the verification email and just log out, the next time you log in will still back to the welcome page. Now let's try to send the verification email. And on the yellow page we can see we received the email. Let's open this email and click the link. We can see our account has been verified. Let's log out again and log in. We can see we go to the main page instead of the welcome page. So our register successful. And for later example, I register another 2 accounts. Including my personal email, we now have 4 accounts, which represent 4 different people in my group. Let's try to create our first project. Click the Add button on the right top corner, and you will see 2 different parts, Join and Create. Let's first try the Create part. First, you have to enter the project name. Here I try ECE 496. And then add the deadline for year 2018 and the deadline for month August and the deadline date 31. And add the project description. This is a test project. And then you can choose your project image. And then you click the create button. Please wait until the page auto refresh to upload the image file. And now I can see my first project in my main page. Let's try to create another one. Here, when I click the create button, it warns me I have wrong format for deadline. That's because September do not have 31st. Please double check your deadline. And let's wait the image upload. And now we can see our second project. Let's assume we are in the first meeting of the ECE 444 project. So we will click this project. Here will show the current email you are using. In this project, we are making a multi-function car, and we want to add 2 more functions to this car by the next meeting. Let's add the first task for the first function. Click the Add button on the right top corner. Enter the task name. We hope our car has the LED function. So the task name is access the LED function. And then let's add some description. This task would let the LED blink when the car is turning. Then we click the create button, and then we can see our first task here. Using the same method, let's create another task for the second function. Now we can see 2 tasks in this project. Let's click the first task. In this page, we can separate this task by subparts. Click the Add button. Enter the first subpart name by the LED component. And you can add some description if you want. And then click the Create button. You can see the first subpart in the access LED function task. Let's create another one. After buying the component, we have to assemble the LED on the car. Add some description. Now we have two subparts. Let's add the remaining subparts. Change the preload file. Change the U-boot file. Change the device tree. Change the RBF file. And finally, coding the C file. Till now, we've created all the 7 subparts we need to access the LED function. Let's add in the subparts for the second task. Access the Bluetooth function. Buy the Bluetooth component. Assemble the Bluetooth. Change RBF file. Change preload file. Change U-boot file. Change device tree file. And coding the C file. That's all 7 subparts for accessing the Bluetooth function. We've already set all subparts in these 2 tasks. Then we can begin to divide the work. However, before that, we have to let all the other group members join into this project. Click the project you are working on, and you can see in the top there is a project name. Click on it, and then you will see the profile of this project. And then you will see a special code for this project. Let's assume Bob sent this project code to Tim via email. So Tim can click the Add button in the main page and enter or paste the project code. Click the Join button. We can see Tim joined to this project. And I want to join this project as well. So by using the same method, paste or enter the project code. Click the Join button, and I'm in this project as well. Samuel can join this project using the same way. Till now, all the group members joined to this project, so we can begin to divide the work. I'm going to pick the work first. Click the project you are working on, and choose one of the tasks. Here I pick the access the LED function. Choose the subpart you are going to working on. Here I choose the change the RBF file, and then click the orange button, sprint, and then back. You will see an orange block here. This means these subparts are in your response. Then I'm going to pick the next one, change the device tree file, and then change the U-boot file, and then change the preload file. Back to the task menu, and since I'm responsible for all the hardware coding part in this project, so I will pick the same subpart in the second task. Change the device tree file, change the U-boot file, change the preload file, and change the RBF file. Let's back to the task menu. We can see there are 4 sprints in my Bluetooth task, and another 4 tasks in my LED task. Let's back to the main menu. Here we can see I have totally 8 subparts to be responsible for. By the same time, Tim can also pick up his subparts. Assemble the Bluetooth. And in another task, assemble the LED. At the same time, Samuel is also picking up his subparts. Coding the C file for the Bluetooth. And going to buy the Bluetooth component. By the way, he can also buy the LED component. Now it's our leader's turn. As the laziest leader, he only wants to coding the C file for the LED. The group member Samuel is not satisfied with that because he is not only responsible for coding the C file for Bluetooth, but also have to buy the components for Bluetooth and LED. So Bob decided he will not working on the C file for the LED, and he would working on the C file for the Bluetooth part with Samuel. But Samuel still thinks he's doing too much work. So finally, Bob would be the only person to writing the C code for the Bluetooth. And Samuel's going to writing the C code for the LED and buying the Bluetooth and LED components. Till now, we finished device work, and we have to go home and focus working on our own parts. Let's assume after 3 days, Tim is going to working on his subparts. He wants to finish the LED task first. However, he finds that if the Samuel did not buy the LED component, he cannot begin the assemble part. So now he should click the Buy the LED component subpart. And then click the red button to use the call function. You can write the text you want to send in this area, and click the call button to send to the people you want to call. Tim write down the message. Please buy the component as soon as possible so I can begin my assemble part. And Tim can call as many people as he wants, but in this case, he only needs to call the Samuel. He can check all the call message in the subpart profile. Click the subpart name above to open the subpart profile. He can see when was this call being made, and who made this call, and who should receive it. Also, the content of this call. Let's see what happened to Samuel. After Samuel opens the app, he will see a call at the bottom of the project. He opens the project and check where does the call come from. He finds it's come from the LED task, so he opens the LED task. The amounts of calls for each subparts will be listed at right. He opens the subparts with calls. At the bottom, he can see who made this call and what the content is. So Tim let him to buy the components as soon as possible, so Tim can do his subparts. Here Samuel can click the receive button or just leave it there. He chooses receive it. Tim can check whether Samuel received this call in the subpart profile. We can see the statement of that call become received, so this means Samuel received that call. After 2 hours, Samuel bought the components immediately. He opens the app again and go to the buying subpart. He clicks the black button. This can post some news about this subpart. Enter the content you want to post here. I bought the LED components today and the model number is. Click the post button. And all group members can check these posts in each subpart's profile. We can see the news which Samuel just posted. And now Samuel do another thing that reminds Tim to begin his part. He used the call function. You can begin the assemble part now. Send this to Tim. And then Tim refresh its page. And we can see Tim receive this call. After Samuel send the call in his subpart, he is going to send another call in Tim's subpart, so he click assemble the LED. He click the call function, send the message you can assemble LED now to Tim, and then he go back to the LED task page, click on his own subpart, and then he click the finish button, and then back to the task page. We can see the subpart become gray, and then back again. We can see there's also change in the subpart's progress bar. Let's back to Tim again. Tim refresh his page, and he can see he received 2 calls. He find each of subparts have 1 call, and Samuel finished his part. He's going to check the first one. He click receive and back, and then going to check his own subpart. Samuel sent a message to him, you can assemble the LED now. He click the receive button, and then going to do the assemble part now. Here I would like to mention something that for a good practice, before Samuel clicks the finish button, he should post the news that I finished this part, because in some case maybe more than one people are responsible for this part, so the other group members can know who clicked the finish button. So he's going to post this news, I finished this part. Here, just for example, Bob is going to check the progress of this project. He opens the project and going to the LD task, go to Samuel's subpart, and when he is going to check the profile, he can see Samuel send a message that I finished this part. Here I will make this video a little bit fast because Samuel also bought the Bluetooth component. He would basically do the same thing as the LEDs. Post news about what he did today, and also post he finished this part, and then click the finish button. Before Tim going to assemble the Bluetooth part, he have to know the model number of the Bluetooth, so he can check the profile of the buy-in subpart. After 4 hours, Tim finished assemble the LED and the Bluetooth, so he's going to make some change. He first posted news about the LED part, and then click the finish button, and post some news about the Bluetooth part. Click the finish button as well, and then waiting for the next meeting. Assume we are in the second meeting. Firstly, group leader Bob have to check all the profile of the finished subparts. This can make sure that all the details of these subparts is finished. After the checking step, Samuel can go to the subparts that he has already finished. We can see there's still an orange block, and we can click the unsprint so that the orange block will disappear. Then he's going to unsprint another one. When Samuel back to the main page, he will realize he still have one subpart didn't finish from last meeting. After that, it's Tim's turn to unsprint the subparts he already finished. And we can see Tim finished everything he need to do from last meeting. And since group leader and me did not do anything, we can skip this step. Now we are going to create some new task for Tim to finish before the next meeting. Let's just name it task 3 for example. Click the create button. Not only the group leader can add the task and the subparts, but also the group members. Here Tim will create a subpart to do. And then our group decide let Tim to responsible for this subpart because he have already finished all the subparts he need to do from the last meeting. And our group leader Bob will also take care of this subpart because he do not have too much things to do. Till now we have finished the second group meeting and we can go back home again, continue focusing on our own parts. The last thing I want to mention is how to delete the subparts, tasks, and projects. Firstly, if we want to delete a subpart, we have to first go to that subpart and then go to its profile. Double check the information of this subpart and make sure this is the subpart you want to delete. As you can see, each subpart have its own code. If you directly click the delete button, the subpart will not be deleted. Copy and paste the code above the delete button, and then click the delete button. You will see the subpart already be deleted. By using the same process, you can delete the task you want to delete. First, go to that task and open the profile of that task. Double-check the task information, copy and paste the code, and click the delete button. You can see the task has been deleted. Project can also be deleted in the same way. First, go to the profile of that project. Copy and paste the code to delete the project. Thank you so much for your time to watch such a long tutorial. I really hope my project can help your group manage your group project. Thank you.